What if I told you you already meditate on a regular basis and you're not even aware of it? No, to be real, I'm being honest. Here's the thing. Everyone thinks that meditation is about sitting still, going in the position, and getting that clear-headedness that everyone in the New Age and metaphysical community is talking about. It's not just that, and I'm here to prove to you that you already know how to meditate. My name's Kirsten with Water's Edge Tarot. We're going to talk about meditation today. So first thing on the agenda is you can meditate through motion, and this is how you are already meditating. How often do you hear people say, I need to go to the gym to clear my head, or I just need to take a walk to clear my head, or I'm just going to color or paint and just get into the motion, just get my head of all these thoughts? That is meditation. Yes, it is. So, meditation through motion is what you already do. And something that you go to, it's something that you do to clear the head. So, what is it that you already do? Do you work on wood projects? Do you go out and garden? Do you go to the gym? Do you take a walk? It doesn't even have to be the same thing. For me, my meditation is taking a walk and crocheting. I meditate through both. I just get into the flow of the crochet with the hook and the yarn. It gets me to where I need to be. Meditation through motion is something you already probably do. So ask yourself, what do I do when I need to clear my head? And why is it not considered meditation by most people? So here's the thing. Meditation has two purposes. Meditation has the purpose of clearing your head, and meditation also has the purpose of bringing you in the present. The reason why this is meditation is, first off, when you're doing these things, it's putting you in the present. It's taking you out of the future or out of the past and putting you now. It's not letting you worry. It's not letting you stress. It's putting you now. So when we meditate, when we go to crochet or work in the garden or work out, we are putting ourselves in the place of now. We're putting ourselves in a place of, this is what I'm dealing with now. Now, if you walk, sometimes it doesn't happen right away. I know for me, if I'm taking a walk, it takes me a minute to get to now because I have to release and let go of the, future or past thoughts or the guilt or whatever. I have to release that, and eventually I get to the now, which leads me to my second point. So point number 2, meditation is not just to have a clear head. That is the end game. Meditation is actually used to help clear and listen to your thoughts clearly. We meditate to listen to our thoughts. Yeah, that's something a lot of people aren't talking about too, and I'm going to talk to you about it because it's really important for you to understand that this is the real point of meditation, is for your thoughts to finally be heard so you can process stuff. So if you have the reoccurring thought of, I have to get the bills paid, I have to get the bills paid, I have to get the bills paid. Yep, bills probably need to be paid. That's a thing. But here's the other thing too. You're having this thought for another reason than the fact that the bills have to get paid. You thinking about it over and over and over again isn't going to change the fact that they need to get paid. You knowing that deadline of, December 5th or whatever it is, that's not going to change because you keep thinking about it over and over again. And you're not going to forget. So what's the purpose of you keeping it in your head over and over again? Maybe there's some shadow work. Maybe there's some inner child work that needs to be done. Maybe the reason these bills needing to be paid are so important to you is because there's something that happened into your past where you grew up and bills weren't paid and you had to deal with the outcome of that. Did you have to come home to a house that had no electricity in the middle of winter? Then yeah, that is an inner child thing that you had to deal with about these bills needing to be paid. Or maybe you're freaking out about the bills needing to be paid because you don't have the income right now. The money's really not there. Okay? So maybe your thoughts are saying the bills need to be paid, the bills need to be paid, the bills need to be paid. And instead of, just focusing on that, if you just sit with the thought, you'll be like, how else can I make money? And that can lead you to other thoughts. Let's talk about another way that we listen to our thoughts. Now let's do something silly. Let's say we have a song stuck in our head. This one happens to me a lot, where I'll have one line in a song stuck in my head, and I can try to do all the tricks in the world, and I cannot get this one line out of my head. And I'm not talking like Baby Shark stuck in my head or anything like that. That's just being brainwashed by kids' songs. I'm talking, a song that I grew up with that means a lot to me, and all I keep hearing is, somebody's out there somewhere waiting to be part of something. That's a line. I'll let you all figure out what song it's from. And that line's just going over and over in my head, and I'm like, why? Why am I listening? So I meditate, whether crocheting or walking or actually sitting in a meditation position, and I'm like, why am I listening to this? Why is this song stuck in my head? Why is this one line stuck in my head? The reason why it might be stuck in my head, and this is actually a real example, so I'm not going to say why it might be. The reason why it was stuck in my head was because I was waiting for me. So somebody's out there somewhere waiting. I was the one waiting for me. But I needed to realize that. I was the one waiting for me to take the action. I was the one waiting for me to hear the call of what I already knew I needed to do. Why was that important for me to learn? Because at the time, I didn't think I was enough. At the time, I thought, I don't know enough information. I can't go forward with this. I'm just not ready. And when I listened to that line, I realized I'm ready. I can do this. I do know enough. And that took some meditation for me to figure out. That was actually a walk. That wasn't crocheting. But the point is, you can meditate and you can do it in motion. And the point of meditation is to listen to your thoughts, to let them be heard. Now you're going to tell me, and I know what you're going to say, I have so many thoughts going around my head, it's crazy. It's just thought after thought after thought after thought. Yeah, because you haven't been taking the time to listen to them. So hear the thought out. If it comes and goes with the wind, just hear the next one. Give yourself the opportunity to listen to your thoughts. This is going to lead me really well to my third point, which is this stuff takes practice. This isn't a one and done deal. This is no different than going to the gym and expecting after your first day at the gym that you're going to lose that 50 pounds. This is something that takes time and takes work. So if you really want to get serious about meditating, you're going to have to do it on a regular basis. Now, I'm not saying that you have to sit in the position again. What I am saying is you have to find some way to listen to your thoughts on a regular basis. Whether that be gardening, crocheting, walking, be consistent at it and do it with the intent of, I'm going to listen to my thoughts. I'm going to hear what my thoughts have to say. I promise you, if you do this, on a regular basis for 4 weeks, your mind is going to be so much calmer. You are going to find it so much easier to focus, and you're not going to feel like you're in a whirlwind. But we have to do it consistently. Just do it 3 times a week consistently for 4 weeks and see how much your life changes. You can do this. And it doesn't have to be 15, 20 minutes out of your day. It can be 5. It can be 5 minutes sitting in your car, in your driveway or a parking lot or wherever, just allowing yourself to listen to what's going on in here. I can't tell you how many times I come home from work after a long, very stressful day, and I would just sit in my car for 5 minutes to allow the silence to just be the silence, to allow my head to just ramble or deramble or detangle whatever I had to experience that day, whatever I had to deal with customer, whatever rude thing was trying to stick with me, whatever proud moment I had, whatever emotion, I would just sit in my car for 5 minutes. There were a couple of times my husband caught me and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just listening to the silence. 5 minutes in my car. And it was the most peaceful 5 minutes for a while that I had when I started doing this. Now I literally meditate in my house on a regular basis. Yes, I do sit in the position and I do get a clear mind. Now let's get to my last point. A clear mind is not the first thing that's going to happen. It is the end game. Clear mind is the end game. What I mean by that is in order for you to get that clear mind where your head's empty, you have to stick at this for a regular time. You have to do this on a regular practice. You can't just expect the first time you sit in a 5 or 10-minute meditation that your thoughts that you've been ignoring or haven't been listening to for who knows how long are just going to be quiet. You have to do it on a regular basis. You have to do it to a point where you listen to your thoughts, where you bring yourself in the present enough that you get that clear mind, you get that clear head. And that's why a lot of times when you are already meditating in motion, whether that be taking a walk or going to the gym, or I also stress cook, that's another way that I listen to my thoughts. At the end of it, my head is clear. Now you want to do that in a sitting position, or you want to do that in a way that everyone else says is meditation. Understand that, again, that's the end game, that's the goal. In order for you to get that clear thought, to get that clear mind, you have to regularly listen to your thoughts. They have to be heard. There's a lot going on in here that can help you with whatever's actually going on around you. You'd be so surprised how much you know about a situation that you feel like you know nothing about and that you're looking outward for answers. You'd be so surprised how smart you actually are and where your thoughts can lead you if you just give them time of day and listen to them. You'd also be very surprised if you did something regularly, how easy it is for you to actually get to that clear state. And that clear state isn't something that even an experienced meditator gets to right away. I'm not saying I'm like the ultra guru meditator out there, but what I am saying is I meditate on a regular basis. And I tell you, every time I sit down to meditate or even go for a walk, I still have to deal with thoughts first. I still have to listen and work through thoughts before I can get to that clear state. And a lot of times, those thoughts are the things that lead me to realizing I knew answers about the situations that I've been dreading or wanting to avoid the whole time. So, you, in the comments below, tell me how you already meditate through motion. Tell me how often you clear your mind and didn't realize that that was meditation. Tell me what it is that you already do on a regular basis, and then tell me also how you're going to challenge yourself to be more conscious about meditating and the way that meditation works for you. Also, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll be making more of these videos. Have a good day.